Oh, I forgot to record the Zoom.
We can put on
Yeah,
some cologne.
it's already live. We're already live. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Shannon O'Flaherty. And this is my father is here with me today. He's visiting me in England, and it's really wonderful to have him here. My daddy, as you all know, was the source of my root core wounding. And although we've always had a loving relationship and a good one, because of my wounded childhood perspective, I had a lot of sorting out to do. And there was some kind of lack of communication between my dad and I. But instead of staying angry with him my whole life, I did my inner work, which is what I teach all of you to do. And my dad's been having his own amazing journey. And so now he's here visiting me in England, and I love my dad and I absolutely adore him. And he's quite an exceptional person. So I thought I'd bring him to the table so that you could all meet him too. So this is my father, Jim Flaherty.
Hello. Hi.
Nice to have you here, Daddy.
Thank you, darling daughter. She has to say something nice to me. I'm here.
I didn't pay him to call me darling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So my dad is an author. He was head of New York advertising for many years. That's how he made his life and raised us and supported all of us. And he's an author of 4 books so far, but really on a roll and working on his 5th. But the most recent book that he's published is called Embrace Your Age. You want to show your book?
The book.
Yeah.
Embrace Your Age. And the subtitle is You Can Be Better Than Ever.
Yeah. So you can see where I get it from. He was definitely the positive-minded parent of the 2 parents. And anyway, so I'm just going to have a bit of a conversation. We're going to keep this short with Dad here. So what inspired you to write Embrace Your Age?
Primarily because I see people not just my age, and she didn't tell you something that's very important. I'm 87.
He's very old.
I'm 8, but I tell people I'm 87 going on 60 because I really don't know what it is to feel 87, but I do know people that are 50 and 60 and 70 who don't live anymore. They're retreating from life. And it really bugs me. I really get, quite honestly, I get pissed off. And I try not to lecture, but I became annoyed enough that I wrote a book about it. So, and they do read it, and the honest ones have said, thanks, Jim, it helps. So that's really why I wrote it. I want people to live and to enjoy life. Life goes on. You know, there's no miracles that we're going to wake up tomorrow on the right side of the grass. But I don't plan on waking up on the wrong side of the grass. So therefore, I've got a lot booked. So I've got things to do.
So you can see how all of this combines. I mean, Daddy's 87. He's very with it. I feel very blessed. I've met people much younger who seem like 100 years older than him. And health comes into it, and genetics. And luckily, we come from a good line. And he takes care of himself every day, because like my next book, it's called Dating Your Life, Using Your Emotions as a Guidance Tool, because his same philosophy is taking care of yourself and making the most with what you have and having a positive mindset, because that really sets you up for every day. In fact, where did you get your positive mindset from, Daddy? I mean, I know these answers, but for you guys.
Okay, they say we are all our mothers. My father died, unfortunately, when I was very young. So I was raised by a wonderful woman. She was smart and totally with it. And she said, when I was about 20, she sat me down and said, I want you to know something. Every day, every morning of your life, you're going to have to face your biggest enemy, your biggest critic, the highest wall you've got to hurdle in life, it's that person in your bathroom mirror. And you have a choice. Every morning you can say, good God, another day, or smile sweetly at that person and say, good God, another day, another chance to go out and to sense and taste and smell and feel and live.
It's true, because if you embrace yourself first thing in the morning and not pick yourself apart, not, oh, look at all my wrinkles, look at the gray hair. If you start to love yourself every single day, it sets you up for what the universe is offering out there. Who am I going to meet today? I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what cool opportunities are going to come to me. I tell you, that even makes going to the grocery store exciting. And I waited until Daddy was here to do the full shop, because I love going to foreign grocery stores. It's so exciting. And I don't think I've ever spent so long in Tesco's. Daddy was reading every little thing, and it was exciting. It was fun. So even the mundane things in your life, and we all have to face mundane things. If you're running a business, if you're commuting, going to work, changing the baby's nappies, whatever it is that you're doing that isn't the best part of the day, it doesn't have to spiral you down or even dip your energy if you're in a positive mindset. So what would you say, Daddy, is one of the main messages of your book, the takeaway? If you were going to tell somebody something to inspire them today, what would it be?
Okay, I would say, if you're sitting there with me, I would say, right this minute, you are the oldest you've ever been, right? You are also the youngest you'll ever be. So we can't afford to waste the day, can we? I mean, you think about that. It really is very important. You're the oldest you've ever been and the youngest you'll ever be. So
that's like every day you're on a pivotal mindset. Every single day you're in this place where what you think is a choice, what you say is a choice, what you do is a choice. And if you decide to do nothing and stay in bed all day in your jammies and watch Netflix, that's also a choice. Being passive and not making a decision or not taking action is a choice. If you're deciding something that you don't actually have the whole story about, the whole bigger picture about, that's a choice. And this is where sabotage comes into it a lot. We cut ourselves off before we even give ourselves the best opportunity to go out there and see what's going to come to us, to hear the other perspective before we say, no, I can't afford it, or I can't do that, or this or that, and coming up with all of the reasons which are based on our childhood perceptions of why we can't do something. That's sabotaging ourselves before we start. That's old behavior. But here we are today, like Daddy said, the oldest we've ever been and the youngest we're ever going to be. So don't you want to change that so that your next phase of life can be not built on the wounded perspective or the limited perspective of your childhood, but with an open palette and an open plate so that you can invite opportunity? You don't know where it's coming to you. What was one more other thing about your book? What did we want to talk about?
One thing I feel very strongly, I was raised very, very strongly with the old golden rule, which has a great idea, but terribly awkward language, I think, as a writer. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. You know, lay that on a 4 or 5 year old and they'll say, huh?
Okay, Dad.
What? So I rewrote it years ago because I had 2 little girls to raise, only 19 months apart in age. And I rewrote it not just for them, but also for myself, because I do like the thinking of do unto others as you would have others do unto you. I made it a lot simpler, 5 words. You get what you give. If you give a sympathetic ear, a generous heart, a helping hand, a loving hug, you get that back. if all you do is criticize and complain and bitch and argue and demand, that also comes back and bites you, you know where, somewhere south of the border. So it's real easy. Give good, get good.
So in the world in which I live, in which I teach, he's talking about vibrational energy, what your vibration is. So it's not just about what you say and what you do, but it's also about what you think and what you feel. And where people fall short on the law of attraction, they think, well, I'm saying all the right things, I'm doing all of the right things, but are you thinking all of the right things? Are you feeling all of the right things? If you're still angry inside, or holding on to something, or thinking negative thoughts, or making up stories in your head, you're sabotaging yourself every step of the way. When you can start to clear up those root core woundings, your relationship with yourself changes, your relationship with your parents, the people who wounded you, changes, and their response back to you changes too. And so I'm really super happy to have this beautiful relationship with my gorgeous father, and that we've been able to heal all of the things that needed healing between us. And it hasn't been easy all of the time, but we've done it with respect and admiration and good humor. And so I highly recommend healing your past with your parents, because that's just a child's perception that you're carrying around. So many people give up on their parents because they were such idiots, except that once you become a parent, you realize it's not all easy. And
Never.
Your parents are people, they're going to make their choices. And of course, our parents' choices impact us, but it doesn't have to ruin us or cut us down. And no matter how horrible they've been, you can turn it around in yourself, even if you never speak to them again. But I'm really happy that I can speak to my dad.
I wasn't that horrible.
No, you weren't. He wasn't that bad. Anyway, it's been lovely to introduce my beautiful father to you all. I'm sure you're all happy to see where I get it from. I'm just a chip off his very old block. And I hope that
Knock off that old crap, will you?
I hope I'm just as with it when I'm 87. And lots of love to you. Please book a mind shift call with me. The next run of From Fear into Love is coming up very soon, and I'm taking enrollments now. And you can look online and check all of the links to see what the course is all about. If you think you can't afford it, I would say book a mind shift call with me, because there's probably something in there that you need a little reframe or a new perspective about. And anyway, I like to be flexible so that healing is available for everyone. So book a call and let's have a chat. Thank you, Daddy. It's been lovely having you
friends.
here. Lots of love. See you in the next video. Bye for now.